We think about racial consciousness in American identity politics. We're talking about census categories often. And once you realize that we're in a census category, you develop something like racial consciousness. Racial consciousness basically tells you, oh, I'm a cartoon in a morality play. So that cartoonish racial identity is really just another census category. So you have a racial identity, which is really just the census category. So once you discover what your category is, you go and you discover what your categorical role is. In other words, you discover whether or not you're a good person or a bad person. And so you discover that, oh, the Jews killed Jesus, or oh, Christians are heroes. Well, this is the old religious view of what has become a secular racialism, where you have the old religious ideas. The old religious identities have now been secularized and have been turned into a racialism. So we don't think in terms of Jews and Christians now so much as we think of categories that are defined by the census. So the question is, how extensive or deep or repeated on television, or how often iterated is the categorical role? How often do they tell you that your particular group is heroic? Or how often do they tell you that your particular group is goofy or not good? Well, the basic conclusion is that secularists are smart, and so non-secularists are not smart. The criticism of this view is that religion is a long-lasting group. And so if you think of a group as a team that's trying to keep land or trying to keep its resources, if you have a long-lasting group, then religion is going to help you keep that land. Secularists may not have as powerful a group as religious people, but race is more so a group. And if you have a race that is more so a group and has more power in that way, it has more claim to real estate. Now, if you have a religified race, then you have something like royalty. And religified race can claim something like royalty because royalty is really about reality or real estate. So royal and real are in the same category of thinking about what groups survive and what groups, those who survive, have real estate, and what groups do not. So a long-lasting land claim is the key to royalty. So when we look at our system, which is a system of Republican democratic institutions, we get over this need to have royalty claims to land. We can all have claims to land because we have Republican democratic institutions that won us the rights of land ownership. And in a culture to uphold this Republican democratic institutions, we have a culture, a civic culture. It's born of the post-Christian secularism, but that culture basically helps us redress those who would step onto our land and try to take it away. So it provides us a whole bunch of redress mechanisms. But as currently is happening, our race politics and our religified race and other issues of what category you belong to have helped to erode our sense of the importance of institutions and have made us take our eye off the ball, which is that we need to nurture a country which is that we need to nurture our nation states, which means that we need to make sure that the laws that help us maintain our land and develop it and develop factories on it, that is our overriding reality. That is what's important, not our census category.